I like dwarf things.
Give me your name, Horsemaster, and I shall give you mine.
Hello Gamer Society! I'm really exciting today, but firstly to understand my thrill, let's get to back days. I'm really obsessed Lord of the Rings, and one day decided to watch LOTR trilogies for all day. When I'm watching, I remembered the LOTR games. Actually, I do not like LOTR games, though obsessed the movie and the books. Then began to think why special LOTR game doesn't exist. Of course, many LOTR games there is, but why nearly all LOTR game doesn't exist? That was the main topic for me. When I dealing with these thinkings, I remembered something. Bro, there's amazing LOTR game still there is. I remembered in a moment the legend hack and slash game The Lord of the Rings War in the North. Actually, there's Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War, but these games are about previous ages. So that if you read Silmarillion, these games would be attractive for you more. But this game, War in the North, was amazing and so lore friendly. Then I decided to buy this game again. Yep, of course, I played this game before, but really I do not remember where I played on. But there was no in digital markets like Epic Games, Steam and Game Pass. Fortunately, I found this on PC DVD-ROM. Yep, DVD-ROM. But I can't afford it. It looks on nostalgic category, then I gave up. After 2 years of this idea, nowadays, I learned that War in the North Legacy Edition is on digital again. Oh my. Then immediately bought and immediately played this masterpiece again. But I thought that to play on live on Twitch and wanted to see my real feelings for both to understand really this is worth to play or not. When I begin, I was so excited and energetic. So that here is my moments you wanted to see, I think.
Come on, goblins, come on! Gazad, 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 Gazad. I Manu. Filthy orcs. Don't worry, my friends and sisters. I am Orc Hunter. I am the best dwarf. Barut Gazad.
I excitedly jumped into the game and immediately choose foreign, because every Lord of the Rings fan knows that when it comes to smashing an orc's head, it has to be a dwarf. I played this game before with a keyboard and mouse. This time I decided to play with gamepad, but the controls and buttons felt very strange. When I decided to swap their positions, I was shocked. No rebind menu, are you kidding me? Even the game I developed myself has a system that supports this. How can this one not? Then, when I removed the gamepad, I realized that the system worked for keyboard and mouse. It seems the game has gamepad support but no button assignment feature. Maybe I use an Xbox controller and maybe it doesn't support that. I don't know anyway. After deciding on keyboard and mouse, I continued playing the game. By the way, I'm also developing a game. If you are a fan of 2D platformers, especially challenging ones, I have a request. I would be very happy if you added my game, The Loops 2 Straw Hats, to your wishlists. Anyway, returning to the game, the first thing I was curious about was how I would find the gameplay experience. It had been a long time since I first played this game, and I was quite curious about how it would feel now. As soon as I started the game, I began having fun as if it were the first day and everything was going great. As I progressed, I met new NPCs and remembered the mechanics. Everything was perfect. I was almost finished with the first chapter when I needed to find Lord Elrond's twins. Thank you, Balaram. You are most handsome angry birds in the Middle-earth. Then I jumped into a void and was face to face with my first boss fight. Trolls! Actually, you can't really call it a boss fight, but it wouldn't be wrong to say it was the first worthy enemy I would encounter so far. Just when I thought I was about to reach the peak of the game's feeling, I felt something strange. The gameplay felt incredibly bad from that point on. I wouldn't have understood why before, but I figured it out instantly. I continued, and after the troll, the fun continued a bit more, finally entering Agandar's tower. I reached the first boss fight of the first chapter. After an epic cinematic, I was faced with an equally terrible gameplay experience. Oh my gosh, the boss fights were so bad that instead of enjoying them, I did everything I could to get them over with. It was a nightmare. After that, I became certain why this game isn't a masterpiece. Problem I just mentioned was exactly this. There are certain parameters for conveying a sense of gameplay to the player. Sounds, particle systems, and timing. So, when you hit an enemy, the enemy should react as if they have been hit, and the accompanying effects should give the player a feeling of satisfaction. While this works great with normal enemies, it's completely different with bosses. Of course, the difficulty of the fight is a significant parameter, but you still need to somehow convey that feeling to the player. If you don't do that by making the boss stumble, you can do it with short freeze and high-level sounds. But I didn't see that in this game, and I was incredibly bored. At this point, you might say I'm being unfair to the game, and that is related to its release date. However, if we examine the 1984 version of Ye Er Kung Fu, you'll notice a freeze at the exact moment of impact. This is quite commonly used to enhance the player's sense of impact. On the other hand, assuming this situation only occurred during boss fights, I continued and moved on to the second chapter. I was going to be mad. I fought NPCs that served no purpose for minutes, till the end. Thankfully, the second chapter was over. I was literally exhausted like a marathon runner. Believe me, I couldn't take it anymore and closed the game. Rivendell's beautiful design and the dialogues that matched the lore had somewhat reassured me. Then I said goodbye to this wonderful experience. I have no idea if I'll ever play the game, but I am now certain, even in its time, that game isn't a masterpiece, is not a masterpiece. Of course, these are just my opinions. What do you think about this game? I'd love to see your thoughts in the comments. And also, I'd be really happy if you subscribe to my channel and like the video. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this far. See you in another video. Thank you!